to all you newbies, welcome to you visitors, and please, if you like the content, please hit the like, subscribe and share button, all of the buttons. It's the same button though, innit? Don't question me. Alright, cleanse up these cards. I'm on the last legs of my love sage, so I might as well just finish it. I know it's almost done. If you want yours, you can go to www.mamadproducts.co.uk. You can also book your readings there too. Hit the like button when you come in. Hey Yasmin, Nasia. Hey girl. Hey Dose. Hey Valentina, Nelly, Brianna, Queen Diamond, Lola, Victoria. What's good, y'all? Hit the like button when you come in. We are on the final 9-9 portals, the trilogy. And yeah. Got some of my old schoolers out today. I got Wisdom of Avalon. I've got Aleister Crowley. I don't know why we're so dark, but we are today. Thoth Tarot. I think I know why we're a bit dark. I feel like, because obviously, you know, we're in the underworld. So I was watching some of my, hey my loves, Dissuade, Emma Fee. Oh, this is Frederick Chopin. I'm in the mood. This is all I used to work to at one point. About a year, this is all I worked to. I wouldn't listen to any other music while I was working. So we're back with some Chopin. I thought, you know, just give it a little bit of a rest from the meditation music. I know y'all love it, but you know. Oh, Doze of Q, I'm so glad to. Nima Bear, Mariella. What's up, my loves? Yeah, Chopin always does it for me. Went to a primary school where we had a head teacher. She used to make all her own clothes. She looked like Margaret Thatcher at the time, when you think about it, but with dark hair. And she used to make her own clothes. She was super skinny. We used to just take the piss out of her because she was named Mrs. West. We used to call her the Wicked Witch of the West. But one thing that I absolutely remember about primary school is learning about the word consideration. Every day she told us about the word consideration and how we could use it and what we could do with it, how we could get along with each other with consideration. And she also used to play classical music every morning in our assemblies. And then one of us would have to get up. It's 2222 on my clock, so R.I.P. Mrs. West. I already know she passed away a little while ago. I mean, she was a bitch, we hated her, but she gave us something. She gifted us with classical music, we probably never would have heard it from where we was from, but she gave this to us every single morning in assembly, and then we would have to read out a card and explain who the composer was, how old they were when they composed the songs. You know, man like Beethoven, and then man was composing it like all 4 years old. That shit was mind-blowing to us, you know, and she was just showing us what was possible. Just because we were little kids, we could do anything, really. And so I have a love for Chopin because of this woman. Not so much Mozart, Beethoven and your others, not so much, but Chopin. And then as I got older, Debussy. It's my shit. It's my shit. Calms me all the way down. So thank you, Catherine. Thank you, girl. Big up Rancho Scorpio. wait and see what my sister's in store for you, because she's definitely going to be launching some type of website soon, in it, girl. And she's got the most amazing CBD products you will ever experience in your life. Why do I know this? Because I've been using these products, bruv. And all of them, everything she said, do. I love them. And also you can find the oils in my Mama D bath products on my website. In the bath oils, I put some CBD oil from Rancho Scorpio in there. Yes. Okay, what do I want to say to you lot? You know I got you, girl. You know I got you. Because, I mean, it's got to be one of my favourite brands right now. So I've been sick again. It was only because I feel like... Have I ever given you the heads up when it comes to violet flaming? Is Chopin a bit loud? I think now that I'm talking. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. I mean, I didn't want to turn it down too much, so it's just a smidgen. So, I told you a lot about violet flaming in it, so it's been a theme, but have I told you, look, don't do nothing after you've done that? So, I did a violet flame meditation, a guided violet flame meditation, one that I've never done before. The woman was a little bit iffy to me to begin with, but I just persevered, because what it was, I was in the bath, yeah, and then I was watching all of my watch laters. And I don't know about watch later, yeah, because there were some things that I don't remember pressing watch later for, but they were there. Let's stick to this violet flame meditation. So boom, she was giving us a guided meditation, and she was violet flaming every motherfucking thing, in every institution, every school, every bank, every hospital, everything. She was transmuting the energy into love and whatever, and I was in it to win it, blood. I was in it to win it. And so after that, I got into some meditation music, and I was listening to some Metatron meditation music. I'm trying to remember, that's why I'm looking up this way. And then hit the like button when you come in, and then I've come upstairs, and it's about 10 o'clock now, and I haven't had dinner. So I just thought to myself, let me just chuck in some chips really quickly in the oven, have some baked beans with that from the day before, because I had that the day before. And then I was sick. And all that told me was, first of all, why are you eating such heavy food at that time of night? Second of all, it's the worst kind of food you could be eating at this time of night. And third of all, you just did a violet flame. What the hell's wrong with you? All you need to do when you finish doing violet flame is drink water, lay down in your bed, and mind your whole business. That's what you really need to do after violet flame meditation. If you do it early and you've got something to do, at least wait an hour to 2 hours before you go and do anything else. So, hey Ripley girl, hey! So just make sure that if you are engaging in any violet flame meditations, you know that maybe you might want to eat before, an hour or so before you do that. It's like you are transmuting energy, and how deep this sister went in, y'all. And then I was going to turn it off. What came up was the story of Cain. So I know the story of Cain and Abel. You know, Cain killed Abel. I never knew why. I never knew what happened to Cain after he killed Abel. I know he was banished. Banished to where though? And boom, there was this whole hour-long thing that I'd pressed watch later for. When I don't remember. Brah. This was easily one of the most interesting stories I'd ever heard about Cain and Abel. I didn't know that Cain's offspring were called Cainites. I didn't know that they were cursed to drinking blood and eating soot, cinders. You know when you burn stuff, what's that called? I didn't know all of that, and I didn't know that the one that got Cain through the wilderness when he was banished by God for killing his brother was Lilith. I had no idea about these things. And it said that Cain's energy is still very much alive, his bloodline is still very much alive. When I really truly ashes, not soot, ashes. And when I truly think about the bloodline, what the curse is that they are unable to love, because that was part of their teachings. Cain said, "Don't trust nobody, don't love nobody," because he was once in love. Then he was tricked by a crone in the bushes, in the wilderness, and like she tried to possess him by getting him to drink his blood, and it was just some real vampire shit. And I was like, okay, so Cainites are vampires first of all, and who do we know that are vampires, I wonder? And I was just like, fucking hell. And then they were saying that this time was coming to an end. We will know when the reign of that energy, the reign of the Cainites and I can't remember. I need to watch it again. So before I come and give you too much information that's wrong. But what I did gather from that was that the children of Cain, the offspring of Cain, were damned to drinking blood and eating ashes to survive, and that at some point they would die out. But Cain had to, and they were, the sun would kill them. They would be burned by the sun. So a lot of the time they had to stay underground. Cain couldn't expose himself to the sun because it burnt him, blistered him up. So he spent a lot of time in inner earth, like in the depths, in the bellies of the earth. I don't know. I mean, it brought me here. It brought me to so many different places when I was watching it. I was just like, I definitely have to watch this again. Probably have to do a little bit more research for no other reason, just out of curiosity. Do you know what I mean? Because what is happening is happening. I mean, the basics is Babylon's falling, them type of creatures that drink blood and these things, and energy harvest and thing is all coming to an end. We know that, right? So, you know, my interest to really dig deep wasn't that deep, but it was interesting that I'd saved such a thing to watch. And the way it was dark in my bathroom, it was just the candle and the darkness. It was late, so it was a little bit creepy, but I was watching it, I was in it to win it. And I just remember kept saying, wow, raw, like those were my reactions for the whole thing. What else do I want to tell you? If you can, I don't know if she saved it. Today I was watching Amani, the Hood Healer, and she was going through the zodiac signs about things that we needed to look, be mindful about our health, and me, you, me. So she was talking about Aries, and everything was like spot on. She said something about eye fatigue, and my eyes have just been tired. From the time I wake up, and my eyes are just, they feel like they're bulging all of the time. They're just tired. Obviously Aries, we rule the head in it. Oh, thank you, Dominique. I'm gonna take a little break after this one, because I feel like I've been on a lot and I'm just tired now. I feel like it's time to just rest up and let the rest of these retrogrades run through me and let me see what they got for me personally and how I need to work through them. So yeah, Imani was talking about our health. She was also talking about, you know, how important it is for Aries because of all of the energy, all of the thoughts. We're always thinking something. It was like a computer with all the tabs open all at once, more time. So she was like, you know, journaling is very important. Therapy is very important. Now, therapy has got to be a priority of mine. I need to go and get me some therapy. For real, for real. What else was she saying? Our diets, you know, iron rich and all of this business. So she would, like, for me, it was spot on. So if you can, it was so funny because the reason I must have switched on Leo, and I was in the middle of a client as well. So I remember sharing this with my client. She was asking me why I was laughing so hard, and I was like, Hood Healer's talking about health, and she's telling Leo women to grow back their pussy hairs. And how important it was for them to sweat at this time, to purge in that way. Pussy hairs protecting them and helping them to fight off certain bacteria and things. Now that it's winter, to grow that back, that made me die. What else do I remember? Oh, that's it. And obviously I only remember that because I'm going to obviously tell my wife, like, sis, grow back your pussy hair now. Hood Healer, there's no one like her. She has got to be the GOAT, man. She's no one like her, man. She's just gonna say what she wants to say. She's also telling Taurus, let me get it right. Who was she on? She was talking about obesity and how it was not cool. It's not a cool thing. It's not something, yes, to embrace where you are now, but not to be stuck in that space where you are really carrying a lot of weight, because it's unhealthy. And yes, all shapes are beautiful. We are here for it, but it is unhealthy. You know, it causes a lot of health issues when we are carrying too much weight. And the reason we're carrying too much weight is a lot of the time we are eating a lot of rubbish. So, you know, yeah, she said what she said, yo. And she said that we needed to stop pretending that being obese is okay, because it really isn't, you know. So and like I say, this isn't fat bashing, nothing like that, but this is just, we are looking out for each other's health, right? And if I'm honest, that's always kind of bothered me in with certain family members, how much weight they're carrying, because you know, it's unhealthy, and I can see that their health issues are very, very dire. And if I'm gonna add to that, you know, stop feeding your children shit. You know, there's no reason for your children to be slow, to be out of breath, to be having bad skin, to be having all types of health issues because they're overweight. If anything makes me pissed on roadside, passing a parent with an overweight child makes me angry. It makes me angry, it makes me even more angry when I see that child eating some type of bullshit. It makes me fucking furious. But you know, we're out here trying to help each other and to support each other in these situations out here, you know what I mean? Because I've been known to feed my baby rubbish, but because of her not immune system, her, what's this thing called? She's got a high metabolism, and she was in taekwondo for years. You know, she didn't hang on to any weight. Too tough. You know, it wasn't even so much shit that I was feeding her. It was like I was a bit of a lazy mum. And so the easiest thing to cook this kid was pasta after school and cheese. She liked pasta, cheese and cucumber. That was her favorite meal, you know. And I wouldn't look back and say that my baby held weight. I wouldn't, but she would say that she did. And because of that, there's been times when I've had eating issues because my mum was overweight, and I never wanted to go through the things that I saw my mum go through health-wise. So I had huge issues with food. I still have got some eating issues. It's not so bad, but it can go from one extreme to the other, to absolutely overeating to absolutely eating nothing at all, to balance out the overeating. You know, I'm still finding my feet when it comes to that shit. And also the whole body dysmorphia and thing. So you don't want to start your kid off like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, honestly, give the child a chance, man. I beg. Because they are our future. They're the ones that we're doing most of this ascension work for. So what we don't need is our babies being unhealthy and overweight because we can't be bothered to educate ourselves on what it is that is nutritious for our children at this time. It's very, very real right now, yo. So, now that I've said all of that, I'm going to take 2 puffs. You already know. It's my first suit as well. Okay, what time it is? It's like nearly 9 o'clock and I'm still on my first suit. That's another thing. It's that time of year. My body is intolerant to bullshit. So that's probably why I was sick, because, like I said, it was a stupid time of day. Can't really smoke too much because my eyes, man, are fatigued the fuck. Feel like they're bulging, so the weed doesn't help. But, you know, I enjoy smoking. There's nothing addictive in this concoction. So I can't say it's addiction, it's habit. It's a very bad fucking habit. But it's getting the better of me, I tell you that. This being my first suit, when I finished here, I know I'm going to be knackered. It's probably smoke a second and go in my bed. Sugar is my worst demon, yo. My worst demon. It's been a challenge for all of us, Nima, honestly, girl. Like, although I think I went vegan when I was 30, so 16 years ago, before it was fucking fashionable. And I went on and off. So I went vegan for the first time for about 2 years, then went back to eating meat, and then another how much years, and then went back to eating meat. It was just on and off, on and off, on and off. And then, because it was all right for me, dairy's not a thing for me. I don't like milk, I don't really like eggs. Cheese was the most challenging thing to come off. But you see, after one time I had a pizza when I knew I shouldn't have, you never get me to eat cheese again in my life. So the dairy wasn't a problem. It's always been the meat, especially for me, the red meat. I love lamb, oh my God. But I stay away from it. I must probably eat it. And I like the worst type of lamb as well. Who knows if it's even lamb, but I love doner kebabs. That's what I love the most. And curried goat. Those are my favorites. So maybe once a year you might find me eating a kebab, yo. It's been a minute. No. I've had one. I've already had one this year. Had one when I came back from Jamaica. And then I haven't had one before that for 2 years. So yeah, 2019 I hadn't had one. So yeah, it can be like that sometimes. Like, you'll just find me eating the most random thing because it's my favorite and I love it, but it's not good for my body. So maybe once every 2-3 years I might eat it. Love it. Oh my God. Bit of roast lamb, slow roast honey. Let's not do this to ourselves. But no, these things my body doesn't like. So, you know, I try to just stay the fuck away from it. Last thing before we get into the cards. This is my journal from 2015. Remember I told you we're back into 2015 again, but on levels. Like we're consciously in 2015 now. Remember I told you it was the first year all the gamma rays came in and we started to become conscious of this whole ascension process, blah, blah, blah. So this was my journal. Look at it. For that year. But I'm going to read to you what I wrote on the first day, on the first page. It says, first of all, it says, everything in the universe is evolving. What are you afraid of? That was what I wrote on this first page. Yeah. And then I wrote, my child writes upside down because she does. She's left-handed. And then I wrote, I'm going to need my glasses because them times that I was writing tiny. Look how small my writing was to us. Really neat though, but so tiny. So I'm going to read the 1st of the 1st, 2015, Back to Life, Key of D. I don't know what I was writing. Oh, my glasses are filthy. I don't know what I was writing. Back to Life, Key of D. Back to life, back to reality. Ripley, remember that was playing the other day? Please, glasses, don't break. Back to life, back to reality. Never knew how deep that song was. Really and truly. All right, boom. Hello, with a smiley face. I'm so excited to be writing in here today. I have a massive smile on my face. My heart is singing the sweetest melodies of joy. I'm filled with gratitude for this day and this life. And I know that this book will reveal so many amazing truths, not only about my life, but also about the truths of our very existence. I know that it is a big claim, but I believe that. In this book, I will record my upward climb to my true self. I don't even have any idea who that will really be, but I have aspirations. I have no restrictions as to what I will record in here, but I do want there to be floods of light so that whoever may be reading this is filled with it. It's been less than a year since my mother reminded me that life is like a seesaw. It has its ups and downs, highs and lows. Since then, I am learning to deal with the lows in a much more productive way. And then I go on to explain. Should I read it to you? I might as well really quickly in it. It says, first I allow whatever I am feeling to be acknowledged. I take as long as I need to recognize it and then to look for its root. I then look for when I put out the thoughts to experience the experience. I mean, I knew a little something. I then take responsibility. I normally cry quite painfully, like a moan. I do that for a maximum of 48 hours, but never go over that because that would indicate that I was giving far too much thought to the past and not paying attention to the present, the now. Once the tears are dry, I then look to forgive myself and look for the lesson, even if it is something or a situation I have come across before. I haven't yet, but I will start to promise myself, honor myself, and avoid that mistake from occurring again. I normally write about the low as I do the highs, but the lows I almost always record in one way or another. After all that, I look for the other party involved and begin to forgive them. I used to do it over a very long period of time, talking about years, but the more I make a point of doing it, it seems to be taking less time. In late 2014, I learned to do this ritual where you would have a picture in your hand of the person and you would imagine that you have heard the good news of this person's good health, fortune, and happiness. You would do that for a friend in pain. But after I found myself slagging off a couple who I once considered family, I realized that I hadn't forgiven them, and that meant I had some darkness in my heart that I wanted to shed. I didn't have a picture of them, so I imagined them individually, did the ritual, and also sprinkled happy dust all over them. I said a prayer for my heart to theirs, wishing them to be healed so that their hearts could open all the way up and truly love again. That is forgiveness. I will do that every time I think it says I will do that every time I think. It moved me just recapping that. I think my point here is that the light may not always shine in our lives or on these pages, but that love, forgiveness, and gratitude will quickly bounce us back to the highs. I am fearless in my quest, but carry tools of discernment, intuition, love, truth, and God into these pages, which are ultimately the pages of my life. Well, my perception of my life. I'm excited and slightly nervous. I am optimistic that I will be disciplined and organized. I am praying to be open and free. I vow to be non-judgmental and not gossip. I feel light like after an orgasm. I will balance. I will walk tall always, no matter my environment. My soul is royal as one with yours. My king, please bring me my king for real this time. Butterflies all the way down my body. Remember what the caterpillar thought was death was the birth of the butterfly. So fly after the darkness, so it does come to an end. Okay, I think we'll stop there. Okay, so that was 2015. That was where I was in 2015, and I feel like I'm in exactly the same place, but with much more awareness. I mean, I don't give my 2015 version credit, man. I don't give her no credit. My 39-year-old self, I don't give her no credit whatsoever, because clearly I was 38 when I wrote that. So clearly I knew more than I was letting on, but at the same time, there was so much that I didn't know, and obviously with the amount of writing that took place in that book, the amount of experiences that I had in that book, I wrote, my daughter left home, my daddy died, you know, the king bit, goddamn. I mean, it's mad because I feel so, I think my biggest toxic trait is to fall very, very, very quickly, very, very hard. And then one day I'm not. One day I just feel nothing. That has got to be one of my most toxic traits ever. And I don't feel nothing just because, obviously, you know, things go down and lack of consistency, lack of reciprocation and all of the things. And one day I just wake up and I'm just like, I'm not on this. So, you know, some people don't, obviously, you know, love that. But, you know, so there were a few. There were a few kings from then till now. Were they all kings? No. Some of them were just straight lessons. But, you know, we move, we pray. We all know this piece, don't we? Our Divine Mother and Father who live within us, higher be thy name, our freedom come, your will be done on earth as it is within us. Give us this day our daily breath, and forgive us our trespasses against ourselves and others as we forgive those who trespass against us and themselves, through all lifetimes, timelines and levels of consciousness. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the absence of love. For we are the kingdom, we are the power. Divided we are weak, united we are victorious. And to you, the Almighty, we give all of the glory. Forever and ever do I neter. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done, and so it is, and so it will be. I ask that my ancestors, my guides, my angels, my Orisha, my guardians of the air, sea, and earth, and my higher self join with that of the collective to give us a clear, precise reading about any of the themes, topics, information that we need to know about this current portal that we are in, the final 9-9 portal of the trilogy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ashe, 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 ashe. I think I was going to say something, and then obviously I'm in prayer, so I told you 100 tabs open at once in my damn head. As above, so below. So within, so without. If it's you, then it's me. If it's me, then it's you. Thank you, guys. Can you hit the like button when you come in? You know, that's so weird. Somebody just said that they like the tone of my voice. You know, one of the reasons why I stopped singing, because I hated the sound of my voice when I spoke. So to do interviews, radio interviews and stuff, used to really have me sick. Like, I literally got sick before radio interviews and stuff, like having to talk before shows and stuff, because I hated the sound of my voice. And imagine, here we are, how many years later, with a voice that I'm just whatever. It's just whatever. It's just whatever at this point. So, yeah. I wanted to start with the Magic Oracle deck. Making Magic Oracle deck. Why not? In a completely different energy from the other two portals, because they were in Virgo. Now that we are in Libra, so let's see what's the first theme. We're in the thick of it, we're in the thick of it, we're in the thick of it. The labyrinth, I can feel it. We're in the fucking thick of it. Raising your energetic vibration and enlightenment. Raising your energetic vibration and enlightenment, because there's more to come. It's just like a 2015 right now. You hear me now? It's just like a 2015 right now. Because that was like I said, that was the first time we even had any concept of fucking ascension and gamma rays and the fifth dimension and all these things. You get me? So now that we have concept of this process, we can navigate ourselves through it effortlessly, because we are now much more enlightened. We have much more insight as to what the hell is actually going on. And by being part of this process, we've learned to raise our energetic vibrations, and we have learned the things that have kept our vibrations down. We have learned to switch off the TV. We have learned to not have ourselves locked up in occupations and things that are only offering us money in order to survive. We have learned to get out of toxic, codependent relationships of all kinds. We have learned to eat cleaner, eat better. We have learned to use the sun as medicine. We have learned to use the moon as a guide. We have learned to use these portals to jump motherfucking timelines. So now we've learned to journal to keep our thoughts and our faculties about us. We have learned about different people who's also here in service to help assist us. These are all the things we have learned. So now we're in this labyrinth, mind, body, and soul. The 12, the 3, the trilogy is all coming together. This is the body part. This has got to be the body part. Because the first portal was don't argue with stupid people, so it was your thoughts. Do you remember? And then the second portal was all about abundance, your soul's desires, all your shit coming in. And now this has got to be the body part of the portal, where we have to get our bodies together. We have to make sure that we are in optimum health. We have to make sure that we are walking and exercising. Because me, I don't like to exercise, blood. I don't like to sweat like that, blah. So that's why I said walking. What the fuck is that in the sky? Is that a whole aeroplane or not? That's not an aeroplane, you know. Or is it? It's the way it's moving. It's really bright, and then it went dim, and then it just changed direction. So I don't know, but then it's flashing now like an aeroplane. I don't know, I get gassed and easily distracted. So yeah, this is the time now where the body, you need to keep the body together, because the body is going to tell you. The body is going to tell you when it's not happy. The body is going to tell you when it needs something. The body is going to tell you there was nothing to see, babe. It was an airplane. If it was actually a moving object, you know, I would have taken this phone off the side and showed you lot. You know I would have done that. So, but it wasn't. So yeah, guys, you absolutely need to be focused on what the body is telling you at the moment. If your body is telling you to rest more, I didn't cut this piece of string out. If the body is telling you to rest more, rest more. If the body is telling you to move more, move more. If the body is telling you that it doesn't want a particular thing inside of it, do not do that. That includes foods, that includes toxic dick, because it's winter time, it's cuffing season. Y'all will take anything y'all can get. So come on, man, let's just be clear about this shit. We don't do that no more. We don't do that no more. Okay? Because the vibration of whatever it is that you're taking, this is for my dudes as well, man. Like, you guys jumping into that, swimming in that rancid pussy is not the way forward, because you're just taking on the energy of that. You understand? Doesn't matter how much you're up. If you then go lie down with somebody that really doesn't give a fuck about their body and their process, then you're just taking that on, because you're empaths. Come on, man. Y'all should know better at this point. Y'all should know better. You don't have to draw for Aleister Crowley at this point now. Look. You're not taking me to the gutter and all the places. Aleister really wants something to say. These cards be jumping. All right, let's have a look. Let's look at these themes. Oh my God, there's a lot of themes. We've got virtue, the 3 of wands. along with Valor, the Seven of Wands. We also got the Hanged Man, and we've got the Two of Pentacles, Two of Discs. What is that? Jupiter. What is this sigil, you lot? Because you know Aleister Crowley loves his sigils, yeah? What is this sigil? Can you lot see? Is that Jupiter or Pluto? I can't remember. Anyway, let's start with that. So we've got the Two of Pentacles. This is balance. This is us having to balance now, really, the mind, body, and the soul into this reality, into whatever dimension this is, whatever you feel that it's in, third, fourth, or fifth. Whatever dimension you think you're in. And you need to balance yourself. You see that yin and yang. And you see that this is the, because it's not clear. It's not, I can't get it to focus. Shit, man. Anyway, but you see this, even though we've got the Two of Pentacles, we've got the infinity sign, and we've got the yin and yang sign. This is balance for eternity. This is, remember I told you, whatever you're locking in these days, yeah, this is not just for this lifetime. This is for a whole fucking epoch. This is for the next 26,000 years. You and your bloodline. You and your bloodline. They've been telling us stories. Remember I told you about Cain and the bloodline of Cain. You understand? You also have a responsibility to your bloodline as to what you're locking in and how you're doing that. Because we're in the thick of it. And then we got, let's do it in reverse. And then we got the Hanged Man. Obviously, this is surrender. Look at this, seeing things from a different perspective. You see that yoga move there? You see that yoga move there? I'm going to try it, you know. I'm going to try this yoga move because I can already stand on my head. But I've tucked my arms in. But I've seen a girl do it like this. She stands up. She's got her legs straight. But how difficult will it be to... I'm going to try this yoga move, you know. I'm going to try it. Wow. But look at this Hanged Man. This Hanged Man is, he's got the, I'm so sorry that the what do you call it? The visual is not so great. It's a bit blurry, but he's hammered into this thing. Normally in the Hanged Man, it's just normally a piece of rope. Sometimes the person's got their foot entangled around something, but this one is hammered. You have to see shit from a different perspective, and you have to fucking surrender. You have to surrender to the process. This is you have to surrender to your body at this point. Do you understand? So, and be careful what you're surrendering to. When I'm saying listen to the body, some of you are listening to demons in your body. That's why you're still taking that toxic dick and swimming in rancid pussy. That's why you're still eating all that shit, because you're listening to the parasites in your body. Be clear about what you're hearing and what you're listening to, what your body is telling you. Discern. Your own body, your own tongue will trick you. And then we've got the Three of Wands. It says virtue. It says, I just want to read it because I'm not hip to it. I'm not going to lie to you. Three of Wands. I'm just like, I don't even know. I should in it at this point, but I just don't. And if I did know, I don't. I might have known it at one point. I don't remember it now. Three of Wands. Back to the smallest book on the planet. Look at this. It's just a piss take. Three of Wands, virtue. Bina is the suit of fire, sun in Aries. The wands take the form of the lotus and represents the establishment of primeval energy. What a thing. Represents the establishment of primeval energy. Have any of you lot primal screamed before? Just wondering to change things. You know, telekinesis is a whole thing, you know that, innit? And toning, using your voice, using your tones to change your atmosphere, to change your environment is a thing, especially when you go out into nature and do that shit. What else did I see? Oh, the Palladians had a message for us yesterday about the fact that they are bringing in a new frequency. They're bringing in a high new frequency. And if your bomber clot ain't ready, you could perish. And then after seeing that, I saw the Hood Healer post that another pandemic's on its way. So prepare yourself. So I'm like, okay, boom, 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 boom. Because that's all I seem to be doing at this moment, is seeking information, looking for the dots. I'm just looking for the dots at this time. That's why I feel like I need a rest. I'm tired, man. Because there's so many dots that need connecting. I feel like I just need a quiet time, and I need to just get inside my own thoughts for a hot minute again. That's another thing she was saying about Aries. Just be sympathetic with us, because when we say we've had enough, we've really had enough. You know, we need a minute. We need a minute. When we say we're going home now, we're done here. We're done here. So I guess it's not bored easy. It's just overstimulation. I used to say it's because I get bored easy. It's not. It's overstimulation. Anyway, so that's that. So the primeval energy, primal screaming, is also in orgasm. You know, I don't know how you lot behave when you are in orgasm. You see me, I scream down the whole house. I don't play a game. I don't give a fuck who can hear me, who can't hear me. I don't really give a shit, because what I'm doing is I'm changing things. I'm really bringing in whatever it is I'm trying to manifest through that orgasmic energy. I also primal scream in the bush. I do. I don't give a fuck who hears me. Obviously, I'm not having an orgasm, but I can do that. And you do it from your sacral area. You do that from your from your gut, man. From the bottom of your foot, that sound comes from, and you just scream. You hear me now? Changes shit. And then we've got the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is normally protecting one's environment. Passionately, protecting our environment passionately. So as we're in the thick of things, this is us standing up for everything that is true and everything that is natural and everything that is of the divine right now. Being very, 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 very clear about what it is that we stand for, morals and these things, yeah. You know, getting ready to fight and getting ready to protest. It also represents protesting and going against governments. That's what Seven of Wands also represents. Because we're in the thick of it. We in the thick of it. Because the cost of living is going up, but the value of money is going down. That's another thing. I do a partner with my mum, yeah, and I normally pay in US dollars. But my mum's over here ready to pay in pounds, and she's realizing that she was like, I can't do it. The exchange rate's crazy, because the US dollar seems to be rising in value as the UK pound falls. But all of that is an illusion. All of that is an illusion. Remember, I told you, first of all, take your money out of the fucking bank. I've told you and I've told you and I've told you. And if you don't listen, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it. The solution is to invest. The solution is to invest in land, to invest in seeds, to invest in the crypto business. I mean, my eye just twitched, so I don't know about the crypto, because I know enough people are saying it, but I don't know. I mean, I'm invested in all of the things, just to make sure. Not too much in the crypto, I ain't gonna lie to you, but my mum's heavy in that bitch. My mum's heavy in that shit. So I just be looking at mum, like we said, if it really comes down to that, you get me? So, yeah. There's your alternatives. Your money's useless in the bank. It's doing nothing for you. Doing nothing for you. Anyway, and you see, if there's ever a power cut, that's your digits finished. That's your digits finished. They're going to turn around and tell you they don't know where your money is. And then what are you going to do? All right, boom. Let's have a look at the next thing. Let's go to the wisdom of Avalon. Let's go to the wisdom of Avalon. The eagle. Oh, my lordy. The eagle. Seeing things from a higher perspective. You see that purple? The money in a shoebox. sound like my dad, because my dad did that. My dad put all of his money in the floorboards. So I got a bit of that too. You get me? You just don't restrict your options. Just don't put all your eggs in one basket is what I'm saying. If you're not comfortable with taking your money at the bank, you're not comfortable with taking your money at the bank. But spread it around a bit. Get me? Put it in different places. Because really and truly, you're going to need different resources. And some of the things as well, like I said, what is your contribution? That's another thing with the 7 of Wands. What is your fucking contribution? You know, because at the end of the day, if you ain't got nothing to barter, you're fucked. I'm telling you. If you have nothing to barter, you are fucked. And you need to be bartering things of use. It doesn't necessarily need to be practical things. It could be your services. Can you sew? Can you fix things? Can you build things? You know, what can you do? What is your contribution? The eagle says the animal guides of Avalon, the eagle, spirit, integrity, connection to the angelic realm. It's a what? It's a motherfucking 9. Brings me beautifully to all of the ancestors talking all at once, because that was the title of this thing. That's what got me here. Because as a reader, yeah, and I join up with you lots, ancestors. Destiny told me this. She was like, what do you think they do? Do you think they really leave you? All these people that you read for and you help and assist, do you think that their ancestors truly leave you? Or what? They're your ancestors too now. And they all be talking at once. They all be talking at once. It's very loud. So discernment is very, very, very important. Quiet in your environment all the way down, bringing peace and tranquility into your space. Very important, because they be talking all at once. If they're not talking, they're making their presence known to you. I felt an energy that I haven't felt in a really long time. A certain ancestor of somebody that I love. I haven't felt them for a long time, and they were right there, literally sitting on my bed looking at me like, well, I'll go on for you. I was like, raw, long time. Long time. To the angelic realm, I already told you, connection to the angelic realm, 9. What did I tell you about Macabre? Not Macabre, Archangel Metatron. I told you about Archangel Metatron. If you want to learn more about Archangel Metatron, Book of Enoch. 3rd Book of Enoch, to be precise. That's where you're going to find him. And the messenger, he's like the scribe. He's like Metatron will record the heart of all of humankind. What's on your heart right now? Is it heavy? Or nah, Shirley, my G. I've been holding up the cards long because of your sister Shirley. You hear me? Because she asked me to, and it makes sense. Thank you, girl. And so yeah, you guys, what is your heart like? Anubis done its work or not? Is it still being weighed out? Is it still heavy? What are you still holding on to? Remember that little piece that I read from my journal of 2015? Gave you a nice little way to learn to lighten your heart, man. I literally got out the bath yesterday and my heart was heavy on nobody. And that for me was just like, rah, that's a nice feeling. Like, even if I had certain thoughts towards certain people, the transmutation of that violet flame meditation yesterday had that shit dissolved. It just is what it is. And all I have to do, if somebody or something is making me feel some type of way, I need to not engage. I need to not fuck with that. That's all. Doesn't mean I don't love it though. Doesn't mean that I still don't have so much protection and all of the things over that energy. It's just the way it is right now. Just the way it is right now. I was thinking about it yesterday, boy, because there's so much people that I was so deep. In fact, I used to move with such a my circle was huge. I had a massive circle, maybe 20, no less. And I was as close to each and every one of them as I was to, had such a close relationship to all of these people, not realizing then what kind of energy I was holding and, what was going on, what the dynamic meant between us. But I had this huge circle, and now I don't. And I was thinking about a lot of these people that used to move in this circle. I was even looking at some of them on the gram yesterday, because just, you know, just, it was like a mother's pop in. Let me just pop in and see what my babies be doing. You know, because I was the eldest as well. You know, I was the oldest, married, kid. I was the only one out of this big collective that I used to move with that type of lifestyle. So I was popping in on some of them yesterday, and I was just like, boy, I still love you lot, but I ain't fucking with you lot no more ever again in life. Love you deeply. Hey, Yvette. I mean, some of us have got family members like that, you know what I mean? And we've got, you know, people that acquaintances that we used to move with, really heavy, roll with them deep, but not really fucking with them. But it's okay to continue to pray over these energies, continue to pray over these people for protection, health, wealth, abundance, all the things. Include them in your prayers. Include them in your prayers, because right about now, you are under close scrutiny. You are being watched like never before by both higher and lower vibrations. They're watching you. If your vibration's too low, you're going to intercept you. You're going to be an Agent Smith. Your motherfucker's taken over. You're a bot. And if it's high, there's more works for you. They've got some shit in store for you. You get me? But you're being watched either way. Know that. Let's get back. Oh no, let's pull a clarifier for the ego. I think we've got the gist of this portal, you know. It's all about the body. It's all about that part. We had the mind first, the soul second, and now we're in the body. So many. Any of them fall on... No, none of them flipped over. I'm picking up all of them, putting them all back, because there's 7, 8 cards that fell. None of them flipped on their right side. So I'm just going to continue to shuffle. Hey, Chris. I'm just going to continue to shuffle. That's it. Those two. Got the Two of Pentacles again. We got the Two of Pentacles again. Here it says flexibility. There I was talking about balance and what you're bringing in for your bloodline. And this is flexibility. Being able to adjust and adapt to whatever the fuck is thrown in front of you right now, because we're in the thick of it. And right now, where we are with the connection with the angelic realm, and we're in our integrity and we're with spirit, we need to be able to be flexible. And because they've already said we need to surrender in it, so we need to be flexible. In order to fully engage in surrendering, we need to have flexibility. We need to not be rigid and stuck in anything at this point. We need to flow like water. And then we've got the Four of Swords. Woo. Look at this. It says like repose. Look how beautiful this girl is. Like, she's literally just composing herself. Like, okay, she just had a fucking meltdown with the Three of Swords. Get me? She's had a whole meltdown and now she's composing herself. Look at her. She's composing herself. She's resting. She's doing what the body is asking her to do. She's shutting down. She's taking a minute for herself. She's getting back into her ritual. She's getting back into her routines. She's getting back into the things that keep her balanced. That's what I was talking about, no man. Not true? Composing her bomber clock. Because it's about to be on. No, we don't need to do too much. I feel like we need a crystal and we need to get out of here, because we're coming into the hour now. I don't want this to be too long. I'm tired already. So I feel like that's it. That's everything I wanted to say about this portal and the energies I was feeling. And thank you to the guides, the ancestors, the angels, the Orisha, guardians, all of them, sea, earth, air, and the whole thing. Go on, Victoria. That's funny. I can just see you. And we're back. I just wanted to let you know that all the ancestors are talking all at once. Listen to your bodies. That's all I really wanted to say. And that this is 2015 reset, and that we're in the thick of it. That's all I really wanted to say. I'm keeping the one that landed on my legs, and I'll pick up the rest of them. I'm not gonna look at none of them. Oh God, no. Oh my God, I've been down here for long in it. I don't know, my hands are really not working. Thank you so much. It's cozy, you know. It's time to be cozy. It's massive. Okay. We got Azezulite. Azezulite. Number 26. Azezulite. One more. They said pull one more card. We got our crystal. We're going to read from it. But they said pull one more from here. I'm just like, I don't want to. I'm actually having an argument with them in my head like I'm done. They're like, no, you're not. Because I'm done. But they said, no, you're not. More fire. More fire. One is ting down. The element of fire heralds new life and positive transformation. The 17 is the 8, it's the eternal. This is we're gonna be fortified by fire, y'all. I think that's really going to come to a whole head in Sagittarius season, back into fire element. But this is a fortification by fire. And if you can't stand the heat, you're going to have to get the fuck out of the kitchen. I told you, they're planning another madness for us again. And I think those that never really took care of their health and didn't really pay attention to the whole process, it's going to be peak for man. I'm just saying that. But for those that did, this heralds new life and positive transformation. So you just got to be able to withstand the heat or become the fucking fire or become the flame. You know what I mean? You are all of the elements. So just become it. If we need to flow like water, then we can burn like fire. You get me? Know who the fuck you are, man. That's all I'm saying. I don't know nothing about Kid Cudi. You youngers. You young people. I don't know no Kid Cudi. I've heard of him, but I couldn't sing you a song. Or I couldn't tell you one song. God, Alistair, not five cards. I'll take 2 max. Maybe 3, but not 5, bruv. Come on, man. Alright, boom. Because I'll be reading about your people, Alistair, so you know. I want you in this. Knight of Cups. Let's read it. Because the depiction's so different to everything else. So, Knight of Cups with the fire. Knight of Cups rules 20 degrees Aquarius to 20 degrees Pisces, including most of Pegasus. Pegasus is, what's a Pegasus? It's the horse with the wings, isn't it? Fiery part of water. You see that? The fiery part of water. Or water's power of solution. The card represents him as a warrior in black armor with white wings on a white horse. In his hand he carries the cup from which issues a crab, sign of water in aggression. The peacock symbolizes the brilliance of water. I mean, it's going to take me a minute to figure it out. This is why this deck as well, because you really have to really like think a little bit when you're reading this shit. All right, let's break it down. Pisces in the fiery part of water. The fiery part of water. I mean, really and truly, when you think about water and fire, you think they oppose each other, but they're actually beautiful complements for each other. Do you understand? And when water and fire come together, there's steam, isn't there? Create steam. Oh my God. And there's also a place in Jamaica, yeah, where the water 3-4 times in a day catches fire. And if you bathe in that water, it doesn't burn you. If you bathe in that water, it can heal any ailment. I'm going there. That's my next move. I'm going there. So, fiery, the combination of fiery water. So they even talk about cancer in this energy, the mother, the great mother. But it says, a crab, sign of water in aggression. So mother, the great mother is in her dark goddess energy. But I've been telling you that because we're in the underworld now. We've been saying about that. So feel no way as well. Like as well, we got the 3 of Wands with the virtue, but we also got the 7 of Wands. Remember, there's a lot of fire energy around in these times. You know, Mars went retrograde. Mars went retrograde. So you already know, I can't remember what sign it went retrograde in though. So you already know things are about to get peak ultra. And you have to be ready. You have to stay ready so you don't have to get ready, my G's. That's all. That's all we come here to just say to you. Just stay ready so you don't have to get ready. There really isn't shit to worry about. Nothing to be afraid of. It's Mars retrograde in Gemini. Thank you, Ripley. Boom. In the sign of communications. Woo! Lord Jesus. And duality. Lord Jesus. Gemini is also ruled by Mercury, isn't it? So, oh my God, there's a lot of there's going to be a lot of fiery words. Woo! So lots of things are going to be said that it's not going to be sweet on the ear, you hear? It's not going to be sweet on the ear, but the truth doesn't always sound sweet on the ear. Does it? Sometimes it can be like a hut, sometimes it can be a hot to deliver the truth. Hey, Azulie. Sorry, the pronunciation was terrible, innit? But I ain't seen you for a bit either. So guys, just get ready so you don't have to get ready. Also, Archangel Metatron talks about duality. Because Metatron ain't leaving this bitch until, Metatron ain't leaving this place until the 8th. What is under my foot? There's something. My foot is just swimming on a card. I'm going to put it up in a minute. Metatron ain't leaving here till the 8th. And he's leaving with a collection of your... Oh, shit. So Metatron leaves on the 8th of October and returns his report back to God. And is also going to give it to Anubis as well. As we start to head into Scorpio season. You guys, lighten your fucking hearts. Forgive yourselves and others, man. What are you still holding on to? And then we've got the King of Wands, leadership. More fire. More motherfucking fire. You are the leaders of this future. Whether you want to be a leader or you don't want to be a leader, you're going to be pioneering in things. So just get used to it. Get ready. Get ready so you don't have to stay ready. Remember I told you I hate my fucking voice. I even quit music because of it. Part of the reason why I quit music. Get me? But here I am using my voice the whole fucking time. Get ready so you don't have to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Because what is for you can't miss you. So it doesn't matter how much you try to dodge and whatever. If you're going to be a future leader of this new world, that's what you're going to be. So get ready. Make sure you're ready, mind, body and soul, mentally, physically, spiritually. Make sure you are ready for what is coming for you. As you like. They truly said you weren't finished. As you like. Cosmic evolution. My G's. Wagwan Cleo. Cosmic evolution. Duh. As you like. Azezeulites are imbued with immense spiritual energy and information for guidance and insight. They are here to help Earth ascend into a higher expression of consciousness. Self-understanding. You are being a light here to help Earth evolve. Although you need to rise above mundane concerns, keep your feet on the ground and deal with every day. Stay grounded, you guys. Too much emphasis on sweetness and light leads to ignoring your shadow energies, which becomes inauthentic. I told you already, some of you are going to be delivering truths that are quite harsh, and some of you are going to be delivered truths that are quite harsh. But they're going to change you and your environment. Some of y'all need to primal scream out in the bush. Some of you need to primal scream during orgasm. Okay? Remember I told you. So too much emphasis on sweetness, love and light leads to ignoring your shadow energies, which become inauthentic. And lethal niceness is now acknowledged and integrated. Stay real, leave your ego behind. I mean, we can't leave our egos behind. We don't want to, but we're gonna know. They know its place, and they should be integrated by now. The shadow should be fully integrated at this point. Okay. Divination, or you can. I think I did a 5 aspects of the soul this week. Did I? Go and have a look to see what your shadow's doing. I feel like your shadow's moving real well. Divination, you are here to represent spiritual light on earth and help it evolve. Make yourself heard. All of these wands, these truths, these fiery truths that are going to be coming out. You are going to be pioneers of things. I told you lot. So you're going to need to be seen. You're going to need to be heard. Make yourself heard. A project is successful no matter what. Avoid becoming impartial and having too high of opinion of yourself to the detriment of others. Retain your humility, because we're all in this thing together. We're all the same. None of us, there's no hierarchy. That's the whole point of this thing. There is no hierarchy. Yes, there are going to be people that there are going to be people that are pioneering certain things, but once you catch it, you catch it, and everybody gets the same bliss. You see? Healing insight. Recognizing that every soul is precious ensures you remain in cosmic harmony. Remember what I told you about? This is why they were drumming home this whole forgiveness thing, this whole just be cool with everything and everybody at this point. There's no point holding grudges or, you know, feeling any type of way towards anybody. Everybody's just here trying to live their life. You know, the problem with humanity is that we take everything personally. It's not personal. Frequency, exceptionally high, chakra all highest crown. Timing every moment, soul path, assisting the earth to evolve. Azez you light. Azez you light. That is it, my G's. That is definitely it. I thank all of my spirit team, Mother, Father, God, you beautiful G's. I thank every moment of this ascension process for what it has taught me thus far and where it has brought me. And I'm very, very excited to see what this next level is all about, because nothing, when I say, is ever going to be the same again. Coming out of this final quarter of 2022, which is really 2015, Ethiopia's is 2015 for real. Nothing's ever going to be the same again. So guys, just make sure that you're ready for the next pandemic. Make sure that you've got all your bits and pieces. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And remember who the fuck you are. You're the alchemist, you're the magician. You can make something out of nut and you're going to be fine. Don't let nothing scare you. Don't be afraid of anything. Make sure that your hearts are light. You understand? And just continue to assist in the ascension of this process. And I personally thank each and every one of you for your contribution, because without you, none of this would be even possible. I love you so much. Ciao.